So I came across this song by Chicago called I Don't Want to Live Without Your Love. And I've heard the song many times in my life. I used to have a piano book, that it had like 80s music and love ballads and stuff like that. And I remember playing it because, I remembered hearing it on the radio. And so, one day, whenever I come across a video on YouTube and it's a song that I don't have on my playlist, I usually add it. And so I added this one. And I had come across the video to the song. And it shows, this husband and wife in a dispute. And he's treating her with a lack of love. And of course, he's wearing a tuxedo, I believe. And she's wearing some kind of ballroom dancing dress. And so he treats her like crap at the beginning and she leaves. And it shows her moving down into the floor and then moving away from him. And he's following after her. And then I don't really watch the entire video, but I've seen parts of it. And you see all these women dressed up in the same getup that she has on, and they're dancing. And so I guess through the video, he recaptures his love for her. And so they're dancing together and whatever. But, just the lyrics of the song, it's really touching if you take the time to read them and listen to them. And, it really speaks about, recapturing that lost love that you have with your significant other. There are a lot of people that are going through garbage. They have disputes day in and day out. They don't sit down and work it out together. Maybe they're always working and they never have time. Other things, take, the focus away from each other. And so resentment builds up, bitterness. And so there's always constant fighting and bickering and stuff like that. And I can relate because, we all go through that. And sometimes we tend to focus on the negative. And I've done that so many times. I have videos out there that I vent because of the issues that are going on. But it's really, it depends on the focus. And sometimes we lose sight of the focus about what's really important. And our significant other should be the focus, after God. Because, without God's love, we can't love like we're supposed to. Because then our love is fallible, our love is conditional. And it's based on the performance of another person. But you start moving away from that when you focus on God's love. When you could put aside your bitterness and your resentment, ask God to fill you, and then operate through the love that He gives you. I honestly believe that's where we truly learn to love, is when we stop operating out of this conditional love and start working through God's love. And so, check out the song for yourself. I have the lyrics here. And I'll just share, the couple of the lyrics and, the chorus. So once again, the song title is I Don't Want to Live Without Your Love. And so the first verse is, I thought it wouldn't matter if we didn't stay together. And if it was over, maybe it was for the better. I was thinking I'd be all right till I thought it all through. Now I know that I ain't really living if I have to live without you. And the chorus is, I don't want to live without your love. I don't want to face the night alone. I can never make it through my life if I have to make it on my own. I don't want to love nobody else. I don't want to find somebody new. I don't want to live without your love. I just want to live my life with you. And then when I was driving, these part in the lyrics, it shows the wife moving away from the husband and he's going after her. And, it really, the words really impacted me. And it says, guess I had to go away, so much I had to go through. Guess I had to lose you to realize how much I love you. Can we make the fire burn again, burned a little stronger? 'Cause I've been alone, and baby, I can't be alone now any longer. And it goes into the chorus again. And so, just really focusing on, your partner through this negative and the upset. Maybe our significant other said stuff that we don't like. Maybe they're doing stuff that we don't like. And our focus has been on that. And if you're a Christian, it makes a world of difference of your actions. We need God's love, to, get us to that place to where, okay, this is what is going on. This is how I'm being treated. Maybe this is how I'm treating my partner. And I need to really change. I really need to focus on God's love and God to help me, get through this. And, a good thing to really help, really to start making a transition from our love to God's love is the Love Dare book. And it's by the Kendrick brothers. And it's from the Fireproof movie with Kirk Cameron. You should check it out. It's really good. But it really, every day, it's for 40 days. And you do these different actions out of love. And it helps you, it gives you instructions on what to do. But more or less, it's all about, focusing on your partner and focusing on God's love and to operate through his love. So, like I said, I understand the irritation when, things aren't going right, when you're not the focus anymore, and there's bitterness and resentment between you and your other partner. Maybe you've considered, just giving up and, moving on and just finding somebody else. And that's the trap really of the enemy, because, thinking that, you're going to get somebody so much better, but really you can get somebody that's worse. And if you keep going down that same road, you're never going to know what it's like to really operate through God's love, because it's not about giving up. It's about continuing to press on in God's love. And the hardest thing is when your heart's not the focus anymore. It is hard to operate through God's love. But just knowing that Jesus loved us even when we didn't love him, that should really put us back into perspective again about operating through God's love. In my book, Who is Your Provider, I have a chapter on more or less relationships, and I speak about just how, for so long the focus has been on the hurts and the pains in the marriage and stuff. And so I more or less tell the readers, take a breath. You're all about quitting, but think about just what brought you two together. What was it? Can you focus on exactly that made you two love one another? Can you put off your upset? Can you put off, any problems that you have and refocus on that love that brought you two together again? And I think a lot of people tend to move and forget about what brought them together and start, focusing on things that don't matter. And so, I really, in the book, I try to take the focus off this world, the responsibilities this world throws at you, and where, a job becomes the priority, working overtime. And then you start losing focus on your family and on the love that you have with your spouse. And so I try to more or less get the focus back onto the family again, and for this couple to regain their lost love. And so Who is Your Provider is like a brick upon brick kind of thing, where it's helping somebody to make the transition from trusting in themselves to trusting in God. And I believe through God, it helps to restore all areas that we need. So, I just wanted to share, this video with you, and, this song. If you haven't seen the video and the song, check it out. I believe it's very, important, just to find anything that would help, to make that love in our hearts burn again for, our spouses. So, thank you for taking the time to watch, and God bless you.